Okay. I'm David.
And I'm Liz, and I run a platform called Ambitious Adulting. So I try to simplify personal finances for Canadian millennials. We talk about budgeting, saving, investing, and today we are going to talk about
A cohabitation agreement.
A cohabitation agreement, if you don't know, is pretty much just a document that explains what we expect from each other. It discloses how much we have, how much money we have, how much debt we have.
How much you got?
$100,000 in debt.
Oh shit! Check!
I got a mortgage. Okay, I got a lot of money to pay. So
oh, that is true. Alright,
it's just a mortgage.
That's some good debt.
Yeah, I got some good debt.
I need me some good debt.
So yes, it's disclosing our debts and our assets, also what we expect from each other in terms of who's paying for what. Is he gonna be a tenant? Is he gonna own part of the house? What happens if we get separated? Just all that stuff is included in the cohabitation agreement. There's a whole bunch of other stuff we need to discuss too, like furniture, chores.
Okay, let's take it one step at a time. Let's take it one step at a time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hadn't heard of this agreement before, but you know what? It makes a lot of sense. So essentially, it's an agreement to be independent financially from one another. So I'm down with that.
Yeah, and I really like contracts. I really like, having everything laid out, being honest, transparent, upfront about everything, and a contract is actually like the best thing you could do when you're in a good position because you're both in like an open, happy scenario versus, when people go through divorce or separations or anything like that. That's when things get really messy.
Right.
And the whole point of a contract ahead of time, like a cohabitation agreement, is to help alleviate any of that nonsense.
Yeah, those what if questions. What if this happens? What if that happens? So what are some of those what ifs, Liz?
Like, what if I died and you lived here?
Right. If Liz died, I would be heartbroken. Number one. I would have at least 30 or 60 days to vacate the property.
Or you could buy part
Well, there's
of
a
it.
couple scenarios. I think we talked about the one scenario, which is I would have the opportunity to buy in at the current market value. That's one option, in which case I would contribute to the mortgage and the household operation expenses. Or the other option is I just act as a tenant and pay rent. I have no other obligations as far as contributing to household expenses other than what a normal tenant would pay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think for the time being, like, renting makes sense for us. Like, we've been together for 2 years. Down the line, the relationship can evolve, and he has assets, I have assets, and it's really deciding like how we merge those two assets or if we keep them separate. So it's really kind of an interesting time for us to try to determine, and this is just one of those steps, is figuring out how our merging of life living together is going to look like.
Right. So make sure you read the fine print in these agreements. I was digging deep.
Mm-hmm. It's a 28-page document that I sent him, and it's just a draft one, so we can work together, create a draft or a plan that works for both of us.
Actually, first off, this goes through all the circumstances that there would be no, this agreement stays in place.
Yeah.
So
there's 30 different scenarios, and then it outlines, in case of this scenario, this would happen. If this happened, this would happen. Yeah. And I really like that.
Yeah, it covers pretty much everything. So in the event that either of us lose our jobs or means of income, we're not
responsible for each other.
by law.
By law.
By law.
We would help each other, but we're not obligated.
Retirement, I don't think anyone, me might retire early, you never know.
That's another conversation.
Okay, that's a whole other story. Employment opportunities, contingencies of life including illness and disability, child care responsibilities, so...
Yeah, you were really caught up on this.
Well, let's get to that too. Inheritances, so that makes sense.
I want half of that. I want half of your allowance.
This mismanagement of funds by themselves or others. Oh.
You don't want them to know about your allowance?
No. I do chores for that. What else do we got here? So pretty much anything that changes in your life that is going to change your financial situation, there's no legal bounds for the partner to support the other person.
Yeah, and I think it's really important for people, men and women, to have these outlines like laid out to see what happens. Like, it doesn't matter, you know, where you are in your relationship. I think it's really important to have this clear layout of like what happens, because the reality is separations happen, divorce happens, people get sick, something, you know, life isn't linear, life isn't straightforward, no one knows what's in store, so it's better to just have everything written out. I feel the same way about having a will. Is there any reason that like you're on board or you would be opposed to anything?
Yeah, no, this is the first time that I will be living with a partner, so it's all new to me, and I'm happy to kind of enter it with your experience. You want to protect yourself before you break yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
We're feeling really happy about entering this next phase in our life with a cohabitation agreement. I think it makes sense for us. I like to do things, you know, laid out legally by the book. And yeah, and if you have comments or maybe you have some questions, definitely.
I think we should leave a template for some people to check out, just to get an idea for what would be in an agreement, and you can always customize it to your needs and likings and desires.
And all the documents and templates that I provide are for educational purposes only. Definitely do your own research if things need to be notarized by a lawyer or you need some financial advice with your financial planner. Go talk to them. We're just providing templates that we found, that we use, that make sense for our life, and hopefully they help you.
We plan on doing a few more of these videos in the future.
Yeah, let us know what kind of videos you want from me about personal finance, investing, anything like that. And if you want to see more of David, what kind of questions you would ask him, and what kind of videos you want us to do together.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're feeling really happy that we're doing a cohabitation.
We're feeling really happy that we're doing this.
No, it's because I was saying it and you were saying it at the same time.